work that thing. Hey, welcome to Take Center Stage. My name is Marisa Bludon. I am your host, and I don't think I did this on any of the takes before, but I am your host. I'm the editor-in-chief of Own It Magazine and Publishing Company, and Own It Magazine and Publishing is proud to announce, and she's been going at it for a minute, but Divine Prosperous Living Magazine. Again, Divine Prosperous Living Magazine. And this is the editor-in-chief and the CEO of that magazine publishing. And so we're excited to have her on board. And we want to talk to you today about the magazine. But we want to make sure that you understand that although we're saying magazine, this is much bigger than a magazine. And I kind of try to say that to people whenever they talk to me about Own It Magazine and Publishing, that it's not a magazine in the sense of other magazines. We have a different heartbeat. We have a different culture. And that culture is to develop people, is to help people. Some of our contributing writers, some of the people that are featured in our magazine have already made it. They're doing well. They're experts in their field and industry. And then we have people who are finding their way. They're figuring it out. And why do we do that? Why do we feature contributing writers who are finding their way? It's not that they don't know what they're talking about. It's not that they're not even subject matter experts, because all of them are very seasoned. What they are is on a journey to discover what is next for them. And as they discover what is next, one of my expertise is helping people to find clarity and an alignment with their assignment that God has given for their life, their career, or their business, to teach them how to look and to search and to discover and to evolve into their calling, what it is that they have a passion for, what makes them tick, what ticks them off, and and how they want to develop, whether it's a business or a voice or advance in their career, how they want to do that. And in our last take, you talked about Lulu, you talked about writing and healing. And so when we are what I want to say, doing that discovery work, you need a place of consistency to show up. And so what the magazine does for contributing writers, because we're published every single month, Own It is published every month, Divine Prosperous Living is published every month. What we do is provide our contributing writers a home base by which they can gain clarity of their voice while sharing their journey and sharing their voice with our readers and our subscribers. And so we coach them through that process. We have monthly meetings with our contributing writers, and we coach them through that process. We make ourselves available as coaches, as subject matter experts in life and career and business development. We provide that to our contributing writers. So we actually foster a village, a community for our people to learn and grow. And we lead them in that direction. And they are doing phenomenal. Many of Own It's contributing writers have been with us for about 3 years. Some even longer, some even before Own It became a monthly issued magazine. We still have partners. We have partners. It's about building relationships. So that's the difference between Own It. Own It is just not marketing and advertising. We're coaching and developing too. So this is not about Own It, although I'm just giving you the backdrop of Own It so that you understand that Divine Prosperous Living has the same culture, just has a different leader with a different vision, but has the same culture and mindset and agenda that Own It Magazine and Publishing does. That means to coach its people, to help develop its people, not to just promote them as marketing and PR, but also to help them, to do strategy sessions with them so that they can know what's next for them. How do they become what we've all talked about? Do they become strategic and intentional? How do they use critical thinking and deductive reasoning, and how they approach how they show up We have live shows, so we interview our people as well to give them not a voice just on paper, but also a visible voice, a vocal voice where our subscribers, our viewers, our followers can actually see them talk about and discuss what it is that they write about, what they advocate for, as well as what services or products that they offer. We're big on authors because we're authors ourselves. So we have a heartbeat for authors, and making sure that their voice is visible and stays valuable, relevant, and gets the exposure that it's need. And so we are so excited because this chick right here is radical. I mean, radical. When I say to you, she's talking about different dimensions. She's talking about leaving the earth realm and going into the spirit realm. And, she's talking about that stuff that people are like, what? See, Peter did walk on the water, but he had to believe he could do that in order for him to be able to achieve it. And so she's talking about taking you to the next level. And what better way to do that than through a magazine on a regular basis? I always say there's no such thing as that's going to get the visibility and the impact as a one-hit wonder. You need to have consistency on where you show up. And our magazines do just that. They give you consistency on where our people show up and where you can consistently follow them. And you can read her articles. Now, she's an editor-in-chief that, I'm going to tell you, me and my little 3 articles that I try to get in that doesn't have any citations. I'm not citing because it's like, look, you need to know this. Nobody need to tell you. You don't need a resource from here and a resource from there. You just need common sense just to get this right. But this woman goes in, and because of her high level experience as a senior executive, she just goes in and she has a wealth of knowledge. So her articles are for the deep minded, the radical ones that, they just think in a different way. They just think on a higher level. And so talk to us about Divine Prosperous Living, the magazine, how people can get involved, and you want to be a contributing writer. You want to be on the cover of this magazine as it takes flight.
Wow. First of all, thank you so much. And I want to share something really quick. What Marisa does not always let people know is the time that she invests in pulling the talent out of people. And I can tell you that I'm trying to count, but I know I was as you said, consistent contributing writer for a number of magazines. And that doesn't mean that I will not continue to do that, because we should be able, as Marisa being a publisher, being chief and editors, we should be able to partner. And this isn't about competition. This is about sharing and delivering knowledge. So other people in their magazines should be able to participate, and we should have this relationship going back and forth. Having said that, Marisa, who pays attention to everything, she noticed that I was a contributing writer. And I'm talking about well over a year ago. This is back in October of 2022. And she noticed that I was a contributing writer for other magazines, and including some of Own It magazines. And she said, you need to be your own chief and editor. You need to be putting your own stuff out there. You need to be able to write all this stuff that you're doing and this knowledge that you're imparting. You should have a place where people can come and just, make sure that they experience you. And I was kind of like, yeah. Okay. Because we don't always respond to something that is really meant for us to respond to. But sometimes we get a little thick in the head, or we get, for a moment, maybe not you, but I get a little brain dead, like, oh, no, I don't think so. I got too many other things to worry about. And now, a year later, so the point, it's never too late. Over a year later, December is going to be, and now I'm so new at this, I'm going to get it wrong. Is it a year in review?
No, it's a year at a glance.
Okay. See, I'm new, and it's okay. It's a year in a glance for December. And it's going to be a glance at everything that has transpired this year. But the other important thing is having a section to share a sample and a piece of what we do from a mastermind, from master classes. So it gives you a place and it gives others a place. And that's why it's important to have partnership with other magazines, other contributing writers, because we are going to have a section that is actually going to be where particular subject matter that people are writing about. And that's the master area. That's where you can go and get a flavor. Now, we're not writing books, but you can get a flavor of someone imparting knowledge. I am so excited because divine prosperous living is a topic that I was actually teaching on in my coaching, just divine prosperous living. And it's not from a wealth money, that wealth is wealth of wisdom, wealth in your spirit walk, wealth in your how you are interacting in your family. What wealth are you bringing into your family? We think about legacy as being huge corporations. Where is it in the stock market? But the best legacy you can leave is what your children and grandchildren are going to say about you when you leave. What are they going to say? Success is defined by exactly that. Your success should be defined by what your children and grandchildren have to say about you. And when they give that description, that is really your measure of success. So we're just in this place where we are focused on divine, prosperous living from a God-centered place. It's not really about religion. So you may say Allah, you may say Adonai, you may say Yahweh, and all the other, you may say Krishna, all the other names that are out there, but it's from that creator-centered place. And then we're talking about living that prosperous life, because the best things in life really are free. People don't believe that. When you say the best things in life are free, they start like, well, what is she talking about? Right. Radically thinking, the best things in life are free. And divine prosperous living is all about bringing that together and expressing that through the magazine, through the contributing writers. What and how are they living a divine prosperous life? It's nothing to do with your car, the square footage of your home, and how what your retirement looks like. This is about you living a prosperous life and understanding how to live that prosperous life from a divine place and a divine perspective.
Oh God, it's so good. And let me say this to you: when you run a magazine with this kind of heartbeat, it's not about publication so much as getting the articles in, and also to the typesetting. It's not about that. It's really about coaching and developing your team. This is a team. Own It has nearly, at any given moment in the year, Own It can have active 25 to 32 contributing writers. God had to really show me that that's a team. This is an organization. We're a growing organization, and we're solidifying, because who would have thought, like honestly, who would have thought that it would have evolved like this? I'm God-given editor in chief, because I was trying to finish my PhD and I still haven't. I was trying to finish my PhD, and God said, no, you're going in this direction. And sometimes he has to shut us down in order for us to shift. And that's exactly what he did. So I'm a CEO and editor in chief as a learning in progress. And I say that to be transparent, because I want you to understand that if God is speaking to you and telling you to shift, the best thing to do is just listen, because I had somebody ran a stop sign. I'm at a stop sign. Someone ran a stop sign, hit someone else, and they both turned in my direction and hit me and knocked me way back. And trust me, I got nada for that accident, and I got no unemployment. I got no help, because God sometimes says that I have to do this in you, and you're going to just have to trust me. So sometimes it's not going to look like that. And so I'm sharing this to say that this whole concept of the Own It magazine and publishing is not like anything you've ever seen before, nor will you see again, because this is to me. This is what God has called me to do. And if he's assigned anyone to me, let me explain to you. Many are called, but the chosen are few. And so what I mean by that is that there were many. Own It grew with multiple magazines. I mean, we gave birth to, I think, 17 magazines in a year, in 1 year. And I'll tell you, everybody doesn't survive. You know why? Because of the commitment level. It's not because it's not doable. It's, are you willing to do the work? And what we do as editor-in-chiefs, we this is team building. It's saying, okay, help me help you. Help me help you. We talked about in another segment that when you show up to a conference or a retreat, you know, what was it? Let me, because I got my notes here. It says, when you show up for a conference, it says prep work. Before you go, what you should know, what you need to know. And just like I said, so when we're working with our contributing writers, they also have to do the work. That's under the magazine. Now, when I'm talking to the other editors in chief, they have to do the work. And so, this doesn't come easy. So it's a sacrifice. So when you're thinking about being put on the cover, because what God had to show me too was magazines are vanity. I'm gonna pause. Vanity, because sometimes y'all feel yourselves, and what you need to do is not do that. What you need to do is come to be on the cover with an intent, to be strategic and intent. This is an opportunity. We promote you and online. We send it out. It's a digital magazine, so that you understand it's fully digital. It comes with music. It's really nice. It's not like any other magazine that's delivered to you. Thank you, Lord Jesus. It's not. It's fun. It's inspiring. You jam. You open up the magazine and you pop in and you jam. You can turn the music off. So sometimes you get deep into the article. You don't want to hear that music no more. So you just turn it off. But you get into the pages and things. So you have to come strategic and you gotta come intentional. If you're going to be on the cover, you have to have an agenda for the cover. What do you want inside your interior? What do you want it to cover? We spoil you. She has control. When you going to be in the Divine Prosperous Living magazine, she putting you on the cover, then you got to have an agenda. What do you want to be on the inside? Now, we do our research. We will stalk you. We will search you out to see what you've been up to online. But then also, too, we need to know what you're doing. Yes. What do you want to promote? Does any other magazine ask you that? I don't think so. They give you a form and they got X amount of space that you can use and da-da-da. When you're dealing directly with the editor-in-chief, and you better get in while we on the ground. Better get in while we on the ground, because this is getting ready to we are taking off. If I said to you in 1 year that 17 other individuals started and launched the magazine, that tells you that the magazine industry is up and running. Now, the difference is we're not like everybody else. We take you live. We have live shows. We have our own network. By the end of the first quarter, we will be live on streaming live on television and all that other stuff. So you gotta get ready for that. So you want to get in. And she said, Divine Prosperous Living is not about greed. It's not about greed. It's not about jumping to wealth. It's about being of sound mind. peace that surpasses all understanding, right? Because your mind and your spirit and your heart is right? And you're in alignment with God's purpose and plan for your life. So let me make sure that you understand, we're not talking about new age stuff. What we are doing is talking about respect for other religions. So that's why she quotes you all of the other, faiths, because we are respectful. And we don't want you to feel like if you're of another faith, you can't be in the magazine, because it's not about our Christianity. It is about freeing people. It's about getting our message out there, and our expertise and our wisdom, and our knowledge and our understanding, and having respect for all, right? So you want to partner. We are doing some amazing things. Not only is she got the magazine launch, but she does international conferences. I'm international, but I'm DR. She is going to take you all over the world internationally. Morocco, Aruba, where you going to South Africa? You name it, Dubai. She is all over India, and I'm going to India. Listen, I'm going to do one of each, but I am going. And so this is not just a magazine. This is, like she said, radical ascension to the next dimension. It's liberation time. It's the time to be unleashed, be unleashed. And so you want to get in, you want to connect with her, you want to be featured, you want to ask her about that, you want to ask her about the anthologies she's in, you want to connect with her 12-month program. And if you listen, like we always say, if you don't want to stay with us, you ain't got to stay with us. We don't do contracts, we do agreements. That way, if you want the agreement to end, because I don't want you staying if you don't want to stay, and I don't want to be stuck with you if I don't have to be. And that's in love. It's in love, because everybody that starts off together doesn't want to stay together. So we love you, and we'll always wish you the best, and we'll do that from a cheerful heart. But listen, get in touch with her. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to let you say some closing thoughts, because we're going to stay on time. So I'm going to let you say some closing thoughts. But listen, you want to, if you're looking for your what's next, if you are in a job, or even if you're in life and you're just like, I don't know what's next for me, this is the community that you want to be involved in. You want to be involved in, because we're already in our next. We're in our next. That's the beautiful thing, is we have already transitioned over to our next, and we can show you how to do that. We can really show you how to do that. And so you want to make sure that you're connected. If you're looking for what's next in your life, if you're looking for what's next in your career, we got plenty of career people. She is a senior level retired executive, and she can help you to go up. If you want to level up, she can tell you how to navigate through all of those challenges that we have. Women, we have all those challenges. She can show you how to navigate through that. If you want to level up with your business, I'm here to help you with that. We partner up with that as well. We're here to show you how to transition from your full-time paying job to actually full-time working for yourself and paying yourself. And so we know how to make sure that happens for you. We know how to guide you through that process. And if you don't even know what it is that you're going to do with your business, what kind of products, what kind of services, how do you get to that, how do you understand, how do you take all of this wealth of knowledge you have and turn it into a course, turn it into a book, turn it into a workbook, turn it into a journal, whatever it is that you're trying to do. We know how to do that, and we know how to do that for you specifically, not a formula that we come up with that we use with everybody. No, we work with you specifically on what it is that you want to get in alignment with your life's assignment, whether that's in your life, your career, or your business. So close us out with your, how can they get connected and be featured? Because that's all y'all need to know. You just need to know how to get featured on the cover of her magazine, in the interior, and you need to know how to sign up to be a contributing writer.
Thank you. It's really simple and easy. Go to our business Facebook page, and it's there. You just click on the link, reach out, and as they say, reach out and touch. I'll be Diana Ross for a minute. Reach out and touch, and I don't even have that
I
kind
don't
of
even know
voice.
this.
Right? But reach out and touch,
Touch.
and we will really have that conversation with you to understand what do you want to say as you unmask your voice.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about coming from behind the mask. When you come from behind these various masks that we have, and we have a way of thinking that every mask is you're hiding bad stuff. But here's just a little tidbit. Your genius could be hiding behind a mask because you're afraid to let it come out.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to know, as you come from behind the mask, also, we want you to unmask your voice. This is not suppression. This is you allowing and enabling you to really talk about and share what divine prosperous living means to you. How are you living a divine prosperous life? And it might be something that is really burning within you that you know the world needs to hear. Well, we want that as well. So it's not all about a lot of ads, and that's not what this is about. This is about knowledge. This is about masterminding. This is about literally taking all of that information and putting it where it's available for people to absorb. Again, just go to Revolution Ascension's Facebook page and click on the link, and just we'll have that conversation.
Awesome. That's what it takes. It just starts with a conversation.
Yes.
And then you can ask all the questions. All right. We are out. We thank you so very
Yes.
much for spending time with us this evening. And you have an amazing day. Take care.
Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, I'm also like kind of practicing here with Marisa O. Now you have to call me to find out what that means. But believe you me, it means something.
Oh.
So as she's helping me out here we go. We're out.
We're
Peace.
out.